Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? Uh, this is another episode of the Ben Burnside Show, coming at you from Fresno. But I just wanted to do a quick reaction. Want to do a quick reaction of an interview I saw of on that got posted on YouTube. It's from a YouTuber named Grace Randolph. She has the Beyond the Trailer YouTube channel. I'm not. I've I've been aware of her channel for a while, but I just haven't been a regular fan of hers, to be honest with you. I've been more of a fan of the guy of the channels, the Real Rejects and Tyrone Magnus. Not no, like I don't think she's bad or anything. I guess that's just too many people after those three, but to follow. But she got the big scoop, Miss Grace Randolph, about Zach getting an interview with Zach Snyder. And the interview is posted on her YouTube channel. It's about 22 minutes long. I am curious to hear what Zach Snyder has to say about a property that he's not really doing anymore. So, but he is going to be doing uh, he's going to be posting the full cut version of his movie, or I guess what they call the Snyder cut, or at least I think it's a different shot movie or something like that. We'll get the answer in this video, I'm sure, but of exactly what it is. But Zack Snyder has been wanting to. There's been a lot of talk online by Zack Snyder and a lot of fans of of the Justice League and that wanted to see the mysterious Snyder cut that he never finished shooting, that he never finished producing in order for it to get released. It was just locked in the studio essentially to never be released. But fans have been crying for that version of the Justice League movie to be released for so long that HBO, in order to, I guess, better credit the promotion of their new streaming service, HBO. Is it HBO Max? I think that's what they're calling it. Yeah, it's HBO Max. That that um, they listen to people, many people on social media craving for this different cut of the Justice League that Zack Snyder has been teasing for years now, and they gave Zack Snyder millions of dollars to finish producing this Snyder cut, if you will, and so we could see it on HBO. And they're even bringing back old actors, and they're bringing back like Ben Affleck. They're bringing Ben Affleck back, I believe. They're bringing back Gal. They're bringing in Gal Gadot. They're bringing in people from the Justice League, and so this is interesting. This is very interesting stuff. Um, I don't recall Zack Snyder talking about it like this on a YouTube channel. So let's take a look. Let's hear what the interview is about as I bring it to full screen here. Um, and before I start, it was about to start on me. Just to clarify about the Justice League, I thought it was just okay. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was like amazing or anything like that. It didn't live up to its potential like it could have. But I think some of that also had to do with my expectations not being good about it. Maybe I didn't give it a fair shake because I only saw the movie once, and I was not happy with Batman versus Superman. Hey man, Batman doesn't kill people like that. I don't care what people say. He was just murking people in that movie. I think Batman shot a dude in the face. I'm pretty sure he did do that in that movie. But anyway, that was just a major irk. That was my main irk in the movie. So here we go. Let's listen to Grace Randolph's interview with Zack Snyder.
Look who we have here, Mr. Zack Snyder.
Hello. Good morning.
How does it feel to be the most talked about director in Hollywood?
I don't know if that's 100% true, but it's well, it's fun to be busy. I guess that's the
He's in the top
that's the
5,
important thing.
most top
We
director.
have I'm working on finishing Army, and now pretty much full time on Justice League. So yeah,
The Army of the Dead is for Netflix, right?
yeah, Army of the Dead for Netflix.
Oh shit,
and
Batista.
It's just a really fun.
That's
and
Chris
cool
D'Elia,
project
too.
That I got to do with those guys, and I'm really excited about it. I think
That's
I
a
think
pretty cool cast.
I think it's something that everyone's gonna think it's really crazy, but really fun. So
How's
I'm excited to do
Netflix?
this.
They're like so in
Can't
debt.
wait.
How are they getting all this
So
shit?
the Snyder Cut is a bold move, Zach. You're breaking all the rules, including running time. So there's Titanic, 195 minutes. Gone
Right.
with the Wind, 221 minutes. But I hear your Justice League is even longer.
Yeah, well,
Well, yeah.
I can't be. No one's going to accuse me of making short movies. That's a fact. I think my
really
track
fucking
record
long.
with, like, especially with my director's cut is pretty crazy. I don't know why that is. Because it came from commercials.
Forgot.
Right? So
Show that.
it's always like, hey, 30 seconds. Maybe it's because of that. I was like,
Yeah, you were like, I can't wait to break free of the 30 seconds.
So, yeah, but yeah, so and I have sort of famously advertised the runtime at 2 hours and 14 minutes, or no, 214 minutes, 2 hours and 14 minutes. Sorry, 214 minutes.
Everyone's like, that's pretty normal length.
Yeah, exactly. It always is crazy. No, it's
Yeah.
actually a little bit more than that. But I think that would, it's certainly when it's now in its current state, it's going to end up being longer than that yet. So, exciting.
It's weird. It has the table of contents
to
for this
bring all
interview at the bottom. I
New
don't know if I've ever seen that.
material to the fans. They get to see all this crazy and awesome new sequences, and I think that's going to be really exciting for everyone.
So can you reveal? Like,
He's
the
not
ballpark
looking at
of
the
that?
camera. That's
Yeah,
another
it's
weird
a
thing.
closely guarded secret.
It's a slightly closely guarded secret, yeah. I just thought, the thing is, like, I really want to, when I sort of talk about that in the upcoming time, because I'm still working on it, so I don't want to, like, stay, because it's still...
Yeah, you don't want people to be like, where's the minutes you promised me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're like holding you accountable.
Yeah, 2 minutes short. Where are they?
Yeah, we want to see those. What was in those 2 minutes you cut out?
Yeah. We need to. It's hilarious.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but
Batman
a
trying
lot
to
of
save
this
Martha. It's
And
probably
you're
what's
doing
in there.
all of this from home. I had a wonderful time in 2017. I got to visit you and your team on the Warner Brothers lot. You had this huge suite of offices, this
That's pretty
giant
cool.
editing bay. Now you got to do this movie from home. What's it like with you and your team in quarantine?
Whoa.
It's kind of like it's challenging, but I'll be honest about our working situation in that it is pretty efficient. We've gotten to this point where we can really sort of I have editorial upstairs, and then downstairs we have like a screening room so we can watch the dailies or watch the visual effects as they come in, and then Jody and I have like this amazing sort of mirrored editing system, so I can see
Jody's
exactly,
your editor.
yeah, so I can see exactly what she's doing, and
That sounds cool.
it's a really an amazing technological setup. So it's allowed us. The problem is you've never
Sounds
you can't
cool.
do that, right? You don't. It's
Oh
in
yeah,
that.
you'd be like 2 in the morning. You'd be like, I have an idea.
It's literally in the house. It's like it's crack of dawn till like the wee hours, and we're just you never. I mean, unless the kids come and drag me out, yeah, pretty much. It's good. It's fun. I really enjoy it.
Have you had to call tech support?
Oh God, yes. All the time.
That's great.
That's
That's
like the big.
really crazy.
Well, there are breaks. So the breaks we get is when we're like, oh, the machines don't work. Now we can go
Oh
outside.
yeah. Oh,
Go
that's
about
great.
trampoline or work out.
That's
or
pretty
something.
cool. He must have like an
Oh,
editing room.
really?
Like
Exactly.
he must have like a mansion,
Yeah.
and he must have an editing room
I
in
thought
one
that
of the
was
many
I
rooms
thought that
he's
was the
in.
fixed all
which sounds kind of awesome.
Just unplug it.
Yeah. That's how you fix yourself for a few minutes. So, speaking of secretive, you've only shown your cut to a handful of people, and it's already become legend. That's a lot of pressure.
It's already
So
legend, just
what
from
do
the
you
internet
feel
talk.
that the Snyder Cut needs to deliver?
Look, the great thing about this whole process is it's sort of been an amazing
I'm listening.
you know, it's been a way to kind of allow filmmakers and
It's right here the whole
storytellers,
time.
this kind of affirmation of this concept that, storytellers matter, their stories matter. And I think really the big pressure on me is just for it to be exactly true to itself, And, and I know that sounds like obvious, but, we as storytellers and as filmmakers, a lot of time, there's a lot of different powers to push and move and change, what you're doing as you're doing it. But I think with this process and this project, it really is an amazing opportunity just to, and what I think the fans want is just a very pure and exact version of the movie, and that's what I'm doing my best to accomplish.
That sounds fantastic. So also, to fans, what they want to know, there's been a lot of talk about continuity, cinematic universes, right? That just dominates comic book movie discussion overall these days. And some fans have been wondering how, or even if, your version of Justice League relates to the rest of the DCEU. Care to clarify?
No, it's a good question, in that, we shot the movie in 2016, so.
Things happen fast enough.
It'll be 5 years old when it comes out. For me, I've been living with it for that long. So, I think that and frankly, the DC, cinematic universe has gone on its branch like a tree and blossomed and grown in amazing and great ways. I'm a producer on Wonder Woman 84, and I'm super excited about what Patty's done with that movie, and it's amazing, and I love that, I love that character, and I love Gal. It's it's very close to me, and so,
I'm looking at the computer. That's why I'm not
great.
looking up here.
Amazing, I think, to me. And you look at what Matt's doing with Batman, and you have this. And by the way, I think I'm super excited about that. By the way,
That's all being shot in a studio now
I think
because of quarantine.
I think this is great, and Robert's cool, and I just think. Anyway,
I'm sure they appreciate that.
well, it's just cool.
Batmobile looks interesting for the new Batman.
But
Looks interesting.
For me,
I don't know how I feel about it in general.
where the movie
It's
falls
interesting.
is it's sort of, I believe that it really starts to represent its own path. It doesn't really. It's kind of separate now from what I would say the DC universe, cinematic universe, in continuity. I think it is kind of, it's divergent in that way, and I think that that's a good thing. I think that the power of DC, and one of its cool strengths is this sort of multiverse concept where, and also where they kind of put filmmakers first and say, you know what, guys, we want to hear your voice, your individual voice. Take these characters and do a run, and so show us what, you would do in sort of the great tradition of comic book writing and runs that have been done with all these amazing characters. So I think that is a cool and amazing sort of canvas. And so for me, I think Justice League, I've heard someone say so you're entering the Snyderverse now when you watch and frankly, this notion that, what you'll see in Justice League and Batman vs Superman and Man of Steel, there's continuity across those three movies.
Man of Steel is awesome.
Very, I made them. I think that's what I really, that's my main focus, is to satisfy that narrative structure.
To continue that story that so many people fell in love with. Well, I really like, we were talking about this beforehand, in the run-up to this, and I loved your explanation that it is like those great runs, and you have this really amazing artist whose visions take over a comic book character, and just do this really high art version of what they would do with that character if they were telling a story with them.
Yeah, and that's exactly how I feel about it. I just think that it's these characters will live long past what we do, and they're going to go on other adventures into who knows where, space and time, and thank God. So for me, it's really, I'm doing what I can at this time with these amazing actors and characters and situations in this scenario. And I just think that I'm blessed to have like, you know, these actors sort of fill these shoes in this way that I think people really care about and is really
Well, you picked them too. You did a very nice job. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But speaking of characters, I really
Could have done
like
without the
Evil
Flash guy.
Superman. You like Evil Superman.
Not a fan of
A
him.
lot of people, just like Batman, don't trust the guy. Why do you think the darker side of the Man of Steel is so appealing to people, and will we see more of that in the Snyder Cut?
well.
Now we're getting down
Do I
to
love the evil
interesting stuff.
Superman? I'm not 100% sure if that's true. Other than that, I will say I love the idea of Superman going on a journey with his character, I love the idea of Superman having to like reconcile his morality, reconcile his place on Earth, reconcile like his love affair with Lois and how that affects, the way he relates to humanity and all those things, as we all do with the normal relationships we all have in our daily life. So I think that when you see Superman grapple with those things, he becomes a lot more relatable and a lot more, you can
Superman,
see
that's dark.
What's that?
For Superman, that's dark.
Well, yeah, and I think that's what I'm saying. So, like, when I see Superman, like, having to figure out, like, what to do, I now can go, like, wow, if I was Superman, I could see, because Superman is such an abstract character in his powers and, like, what he's able to do. So, anytime you can kind of bring him...
Yeah, but at the same time, it's simple. It's
becomes a
Superman,
lot more relatable. And then,
the cornbread American hero.
But I do, like, have a huge respect for his, like, moral code and his, like...
Oh, sure, but
And his ultimate, and I think his ultimate place as sort of
I'll talk about later.
As the top of the pyramid of the DC superhero world.
Oh, totally.
I think you have to like, in the end, he has to achieve that pinnacle.
So you feel you're taking him to that pinnacle with your story?
I always felt like that was what
yeah. Because I think that you show him in a more. I think you show him in his most powerful. Like in some of your shots, some of my favorite shots that you've done, like the heat vision laser eyes, sometimes he just has,
yep.
And some of the confrontations in Batman v Superman, and also, the way he is just so powerful from what we've seen, the glimmers we've only just seen in Justice League. And I think also, obviously, the Nightmare stuff. So I think that that stuff's really compelling.
Yeah, and frankly, really fun because, we kind of have these, like, now like, with the resurrection sort of theme concept, who is he now? Like, what is he? When you touch the, like, the eternal, in the sense that coming back from the grave, like, how are we changed by that? So,
I can't wait to see that. That's great. So also, there's been a number of Batmen, obviously, through the years, but nobody's done as good a job with Bruce Wayne as you and Ben Affleck.
Well,
why did you decide to do so many scenes with Bruce?
Felt like Christian Bale did a pretty damn good job.
Batman.
I don't think it was I don't think it's necessarily a conscious, like.
Ben Affleck was Batman for a cup of coffee. Let's be honest.
Let's use Bruce as the sort of conduit. But I mean, I think in these two movies, in BVS and in Justice League, because Batman is forced to do a lot of sort of.
But so were a lot of other actors who played him. So.
Bruce Wayne activities. Like
places only Bruce can go.
Like being out in the world. You know what I mean? Bruce doesn't really. It's hard for Batman to go to a party, or you know what I mean?
Like the costume party.
That's cool. That's cool. But I think that Bruce in his humanity again, I think is an amazing thing to see. And because everyone loves Batman, and Batman's a badass, and that's just how it is. It's the why of that, I think, is really.
But why is he a badass?
Everyone loves your Bruce. You and Ben too. It's fantastic.
Ben is Ben. I love Ben.
Thank you.
Well, your casting decisions have really helped shape the entire DCEU. It might have blossomed, but you were the seed. And I think you've done a fantastic job.
The Snyder
Jason
seed.
Momoa and Gal Gadot turned out especially well. And fans felt that Aquaman and Wonder Woman weren't done justice in the 2017 theatrical cut. What can fans look forward to seeing from those characters in your version?
Three out of four car seats are installed incorrectly. Now AAA offers online car seats.
Honestly, and 100% sure, I haven't seen the theatrical cut.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And so I'm not 100% sure what
That's weird.
happened to them in the movie.
I forgot why. Did he get booted out?
You know,
of
I would
production?
say that. What's that?
Forget that thing. We don't care about that old version anymore. But
No, I mean, I'm just saying that
yeah.
if you make it as a, you know,
comparison. Yeah.
comparison, yeah, I'm not sure,
Okay.
but I felt like, and we were excited about just how those two kind of loners would have to, you know, be incorporated into this team setting and like how they would react and what they would do. And meanwhile,
Jason isn't alone. He's with a bunch of fishes. He literally sleeps with the fishes.
What is her place? And is it time to, you know, think about like what she left behind on Themyscira and things like that. Like there's a lot of balls in the air with them, with both of them. So I think it's incredible. It's also funny because Aquaman, the movie, you know, takes place after this movie.
Yeah.
But Wonder Woman '84 takes place before this movie. So it's an interesting timeline, if you will. But I do think that to look at it as a really sharp continuity, I think would be a mistake. I think there is a.
I wish
like
they
I
could
said,
get an
I think
actual actress.
Those movies now,
Wonder Woman.
you know, in a lot of ways,
I've always
the
thought that way.
theatrical version probably of Justice League is tighter in continuity to what they're doing now in the DCU, because frankly that was a movie that they were in charge of the elements, right? And because of this, and because, you know, Warner Brothers has done the kind and amazing gesture of saying, you know, that could just, you know, go finish the vision. It has, you know, it's going to be divergent in some way. You know, it's just by its nature. That, you know, and I think that's the thing you want, because it just allows more is more.
Yeah. Well, as you said, DC is famous for doing these great graphic novels and, you know, these stories that come out and are really the signature of the people who are making them. And so I think it's a great comparison.
Yeah.
Also, fans are really intrigued by Ray Fisher's Cyborg, whom we haven't seen a lot of just yet. Especially today with Black Lives Matter. What do you think his expanded story, and, you know, you're going to have a lot more of his parents as well. What do you think they'll be adding? What do you hope
It's going to be a long movie, man. But I'm looking forward to it still.
From the beginning, when Chris Terry and I started talking about this story, we really wanted to make Cyborg the heart of the movie, and Ray.
Come on, I don't believe that.
We love Ray and casting of Ray, and I get along with Mason. He's a close friend. And,
look at him. He's like, I'm the heart of the movie.
We talked to him a lot about like what he thought the character should be, and what kind of, because there's a big Cyborg goes on a huge.
He's the hardware,
journey, you know.
Oh, wow. That's
and
great.
like, I mean, just as far as like where he is when we meet him, and where he is at the end of the movie, it's really, he represents in a lot of ways this sort of what it is to create community and what it is to, like, you know, bring people together. And I think that, you know, we made, like I said, we made the movie, you know, in 2016, and I just think that, you know, those themes are more important now than ever. So it's a really amazing and fun to be able to work with Ray and be able to bring, you know, that character to life, because it's so important.
Well, finally, your interaction with fans is unparalleled. And you told me you have more than one surprise coming up at JusticeCon later this week.
Right.
So can you tease that all? Or,
No, of course. I think JusticeCon, the Justice Con stuff. And by the way, I'm super excited about Justice Con because it's, it's a 4-fan con, which I don't know if there's too many of those going on at this scale.
Very sarcastic, but
you've got with you guys putting it on is just amazing, and so I was more than honored to do whatever I could to participate. And a lot of my friends, like literal friends, are a part of it, so that's fun. And so I'm gonna I may show a clip. Maybe. And it is a small clip, but I may. What did I say?
A small 25-minute clip.
A small clip. Yeah. And also maybe there's another little, like a teeny little kind of another announcement as well, like a little side thing just for the fans. Yeah. And so, not that everything is just for the fans, because it is, but
cool though. So people
the exciting that I think the clip is that's gonna be fun.
Well, that is very exciting. And when is this panel? It's later this week.
Yeah, I'm on Saturday.
Saturday. Okay. So
Saturday. I'm looking for my notes.
The fans that are there, I mean, they can't
Saturday,
have a Comic-Con.
I think I'm right up to it.
That's fantastic.
It'll be on YouTube.
So really, Zach, we're also happy for you, and congratulations. It just can't be said enough.
Congratulations. It is pretty cool.
I take the fans, because without them, like I said, it wouldn't happen.
Thanks, Zach. Thank you for your time. Stay safe.
Cheers. Okay, you too.
Very cool. Okay. Well, that was interesting. That was an interesting interview. Fun to play around with. I was a giant fan of, as I'm trying to pause this, I was a giant fan of Man of Steel, like a huge fan. I thought it was like a 9 out of 10 movie. I thought the movie was awesome. It was a good introduction to Superman, and it introduced Superman into a crazy new DC world. And so with Batman v Superman, I really thought they had the potential, if they stuck the landing, they would have hit a home run. It would have been like on the level of Avengers at that point. It would have been hardcore DC versus Marvel in the mainstream of Hollywood movies, going head to head. It'd be like Holyfield versus it'd be like Ali versus Frazier. It would be box office top of the line material for that form of medium in movies. And but Batman v Superman came out, and that kind of could put the kibosh on a lot of DC's plans, and then DC started canceling things, and then they removed the actors, but they kept the universe going with Wonder Woman still, and they needed a huge revamp. Justice League came out as well, and it didn't even make $100 million. Its opening weekend. Now, granted, what they made opening weekend, which I don't remember off the top of my head, it was still impressive for any movie, but with a giant blockbuster movie like Justice League that was built up over time, we were expecting it to make $100 million or more. That was kind of an expectation at the time. It didn't pull it off. It fell quite short, and so that's where Warner Brothers, I think, really reconsidered their plan for DC. Heads rolled, I think, there, and you have to look up the whole story. It's such a big story with the DC universe. And with Batman v Superman, I thought it was good, but it wasn't in order for it to be like a huge home run hit, it wasn't what it was supposed to be. And it was very divisive in terms of what the fans wanted it to be. And, I respect the idea of Zach Snyder wanting to make art and wanting to make his own style of superheroes. That's what art is. Art isn't just like one take on something. It can be many different takes on different things, depending on what the given artist wants. I mean, that's why we see different looks of a same superhero throughout history. Different artists have different perspectives of how they're supposed to be, and so I get it. Zach wanted his vision, just like any director, but that doesn't, just because one person has a vision of what they want a character to be, doesn't mean that that's going to be the exact same vision of what the general population wants their character to be. And I don't think they wanted a Batman that that was a mass murderer. I don't think they wanted. I don't think they wanted quite a few things. I don't think they wanted Batman and Superman to connect just because both their moms' names are Martha. I don't think. I think they also didn't have a solid story with Batman v Superman. They had many different things going on, and that also hurt it. And so I think all those things added up, and they tried to repair that with Justice League, which was also at the same level, I feel like, as Batman v Superman. But it just, people weren't responding well. They're responding better now with the DC universe, but I think I don't think they won the goodwill of the fans, even after the Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman did the most recovery, though. Even after Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Shazam have all been released. I still think fans are pretty skeptical of this. And it's curious to see if this will recover the goodwill of, I think, the general audience of movie-going fans, particularly mine. I guess I'm looking at my perspective of all of this. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe the general audience is my perspective. I don't feel like it is, though, but I don't know. We haven't really looked at, I haven't really reviewed it, so I don't know. If I had to guess, I don't think the goodwill has been earned back by for the fans. So that's where I see it. Except for Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's a gem for this this Zack Snyder related universe that DC is doing. It's weird that they didn't just reboot the entire universe after the failure of Justice League. Like, they know they messed up, and so, but they just kept going. And I forgot that Zack Snyder was on pretty bad terms with Warner Brothers. And it sounds like I can't confirm this is just speculation, but from this video, it sounds like it went to the point where Zack Snyder didn't even finish the version that was in Warner Brothers. Like, he left. Like, other people were editing it and stuff, so even though he was the director. So that is interesting. Yeah. Well, let me go back a little bit here.
I was going like,
let's see. So going back to the table of contents here. Film's running time. That was whatever. I got time. We're in quarantine. I think some of the timelines for these movies, I mean, Jesus Christ. To be wasting that much time to watch a movie, it's just, I don't know. I used to be willing to do that, but now I'm a little less willing, thankfully. Like, I got stuff to do. Working in quarantine, that sounds pretty interesting. If anybody has the technology to be editing a movie right now in quarantine, it's Zack Snyder with the connections he has. Let me review a part of this video, number 4 in the table of contents that they have on here. The purpose of Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's only about a minute long, and I'll be starting at 4:58. So let's relook this.
So, speaking of secretive, you've only shown your cut to a handful of people, and it's already become legend. That's a lot of pressure. So, what do you feel that the Snyder Cut needs to deliver?
Um, look, the great thing about this whole process is it's sort of been an amazing, um, it's been a way to kind of allow filmmakers and storytellers, it's this kind of affirmation of this concept that, storytellers matter, their stories matter. And I think really the big pressure on me is just for it to be exactly true to itself, And I know that sounds like obvious, but, we as storytellers and as filmmakers, a lot of time, there's a lot of different powers that push and move and change, what you're doing as you're doing it. But I think with this process and this project, it really is an amazing opportunity just to, and what I think the fans want is just a very pure and exact version of the movie, and that's what I'm doing my best to
Okay.
Okay, so there you go. I mean, there's another example of, to me, of Zack Snyder kind of, to me it seems like that means that the studios really got involved in Zack Snyder's process of making Justice League in the first place over at Warner Brothers. Makes sense, you understand it a little bit because it's a multi-million-dollar budgeted movie, so of course they want to get involved in their investment. But I like this, where the artist gets to be the artist, and we really get to see what Zack Snyder's Justice League looks like. Now I'm thinking about it. I didn't ask for a Zack Snyder DCE universe. I never was a fan of that, even from 2012 when we saw the Superman trailer, and I was like, really, Zack Snyder? Like he did 300, but he hasn't done anything since. Like, he's being given Superman. So I've never been super overjoyed with Zack Snyder being the creator. DCU, okay, don't care. Superman. Why does Superman have to be misunderstood? It's fucking Superman. I've never understood that. It's like, why can't we have a character that's totally understood? You totally get what he is. It just, like, come on. This is the definition of understood. Superman. Just like how Captain America is. Superman, people totally get who he is. This whole thing about him being conflicted. No, it's Superman. That's what Superman is. Bruce Wayne, I've heard enough about Bruce Wayne. So yeah, nothing to add there. Aquaman, Wonder Woman, kind of said my piece on that. Cyborg, I've said my piece there too. I don't buy this whole thing where he's the heart and soul. Especially, that's funny considering that he's a cyborg and they're saying he has a heart and soul. Okay. I'll believe it when I see it. Just cast Vin Diesel. He did good in The Iron Giant, but in that part. But that is my analysis of the movie, or of this video. And yes, I am looking forward to seeing the Zack Snyder, the Snyder Cut on HBO now. I think they should just rename it to that. Just name it Snyder Cut. Don't have Justice League in the title at all. And that is, I would actually be interested to see that. It'd be kind of cool. All right, guys, that is my video for this for the Grace Randolph channel. Credit to her. And feel free to like and subscribe to my other videos and take a look at what other videos I have on the channel whenever you got the time. I appreciate it. I love that you guys listen to it. And just stay cool, stay safe from the virus, and watch for more videos. Virtual Comic-Con is coming up, and it should be pretty fun. All right, guys, have a good one. Catch you on the Burnside. Later.